Welcome to the Hashimoto's Doctor Podcast. You're now part of a growing community of people determined to take their health back through education and self-empowerment. But because of the healthcare system today, we don't have access to the types of healthcare that we want. So we have to do things differently. We've got to do things smarter, and we do that by becoming our own advocates. This podcast will give you the perspective and thoughts of one of the world's leading Hashimoto's doctors. So let's get started. Hey guys, Dr. Shook here. I hope you're doing well today. Today I want to talk to you about something that I know there's going to be a lot of interest in because it revolves around body weight and weight loss and maintaining a normal metabolism. Okay, so this was so interesting when I learned this. It was just amazing, and I know that you guys will love this. And it's really helpful because it helps you to understand these potential problems and the importance of getting toxins out of your body and out of our environment. So how many of you have done something like this? You started a diet to lose some weight, right? You follow the diet, you're super strict on it, you're determined, you lose weight. You start losing weight, you're feeling better, and you're like, yes, I'm making progress. And what happens? You plateau. You still do all the things that you were doing before. Maybe you were exercising even, and you're eating this new diet, and you've lost weight, and then you hit this plateau. Or worse, maybe you hit a plateau and then you gain some weight and you're still doing everything that you were doing before. Why are you gaining weight? What is causing you to gain weight? So, interesting, very interesting thing. There's a few things that could happen there, guys, but one thing that's really important and that I think was amazing when I learned this. Light bulbs are going off, and I hope that that's what happens with you guys. So, whenever you hit a plateau like this, one of the mechanisms that can occur is that when you're losing weight, your fat cells are getting smaller and they're releasing chemicals that are stored in the fat. So your body, one of the mechanisms that your body will use is it will actually store store chemicals and things that are actually bad for you in the fat cells. So the fat cells are not just a storage for energy that you don't use, right? That's how we commonly think. It's just energy that we ate more than we should have. But really, they serve a lot of purposes and a lot that I'm sure we don't know. But they can actually what they do is they can also bind up and store chemicals that are attracted to fat. So when you start to lose weight, you start to dump those chemicals into the body again. So you may be liberating or freeing up these chemicals. And guess what? There are a group and class of environmental chemicals called obesogens. That's right, obesogens. Obesogens, like obese, the word obese. And obesogens, basically what this means, guys, they contribute to obesity. Isn't that crazy? Environmental chemicals, and guys, there's so much of this that we could get into. It's more than obesogens. There are estrogen mimickers. There are tons of different things, different chemicals. But these obesogens, if they're in your fat, but they're locked away, then they won't have their physiological effect. You start losing weight, you hit this plateau, you start dumping these into the body, and what happens? Boom! They start having their physiological effect. So you might plateau or gain weight. Now, this is one of the physiological mechanisms. However, there are others, but this is a really important one that no one is talking about. So, what do you have to do? You have to make sure that you're detoxifying the body. It's not a 10-day process like a 10-day detox or something, or even a 3-month thing. It is a lifelong process that you repeat. Okay, and especially when you're doing something like this, you have to make sure that you're going through these cycles, right, of detoxifying your body, because you got to understand you're going to be releasing these chemicals from the fat into the body. So I hope I didn't blow your minds there, guys, but it's really important that you understand this. And that's what I want to share with you guys today. Chemicals can be stored in the fat. You're doing everything right. You plateau or you start gaining weight. There could be a detoxification process. You might be releasing obesogens into the body. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what we're going to talk about on the next podcast, but I hope this helps you guys out. I really enjoy talking with you, and I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me today. I hope this has made a positive impact on your life and your health, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys on the next podcast. Until next time. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed hanging out behind the scenes with Dr. Shook. You can also talk with and learn from Dr. Shook through Facebook Live on our Facebook page at the Office of Dr. Brad Shook. Don't forget, you can also get access to our videos, guidebooks, and thyroid programs at www.drbradshook.com. Oh yeah, and don't forget one more thing. We can change the world one person, one family, and one community at a time. Until next time, remember, today is your day, and no one will tell you who you are and what you can be.